the stand like that. And set it up like that. Get it under. Well, that stinks. Well, I'm gonna have to figure out a different rack solution for the van apparently. Morning everybody, how's it going? I'm Evan from Bikingroots. Welcome to the channel and welcome to Texas. I know it's been a long time since I've had a video. It's been crazy busy still in the biking industry, as many of you know. Hasn't slowed down at all. We're still way behind on service. The phone calls don't stop. Thank you, by the way. Like, I'm not complaining. Like, we've been definitely blessed, and we're very grateful for all of your support and for all those that have just supported us, bought bikes, bought parts, and we're grateful for all those customers. We love putting people on bikes. I wish I had more to do so. It's awesome seeing everyone riding. I haven't been able to ride that much, unfortunately. Just trying to run the shop, revamping our website, trying to get bikes, trying to get parts, trying to stay on top of things. So the cycle industry is definitely different right now. It's tough to find tires. 26-inch tubes are out. We're actually going to talk about 26-inch bikes today. All right, it is hot out here, so I'm going to go inside. All right, today we're going to talk about, is the 26er dead? Is there room in the market for a 26er again? So those new to mountain biking may or may not know what I'm talking about here. So for years and years and years, this is the wheel size that you basically had. I'm sure there's experimentation with different things, but as far as a standard in the mountain biking world, 26-inch wheels, that's what we rode until, when was it? I don't remember exact year. Gary Fisher, Niner, they started experimenting with the big 29-inch wheel. And so some people loved it, some people, mixed reviews as far as the handling, the turning. So then 27.5, not pictured here, was kind of in between the two, the 26 and the 29. Nowadays, it's hard to find a 26-inch bike. They've basically been replaced with 29 and 27.5. You'll still find them in a lot of, like some of the youth bikes. Marin actually has one that they're coming out with, the Hawk Hill Jr. with the 26-inch wheel. And so you have that option for usually younger kids or preteen. But as far as adults, you got 29 and 27.5 for the most part. So I have a lot of customers that they'll sometimes come in and they're kind of like ashamed, like, I have an old 26-inch bike, like I need to replace it. And maybe they do, I'm not saying they don't. So if you have an old 26-inch bike, which we've been getting tons of calls and tons of bikes brought in that are old, that haven't been ridden in years, that are suddenly finding new life, which is cool. And some of them need a little bit of work, some need a complete overhaul. So you do have to ask yourself, do you want to put money into this bike that you want to keep, or should you cut your losses and put the money towards a newer bike with newer geometry and bigger wheels? I hate to admit it, but when I was a child, I was very self-conscious about the bike I rode. So much that I never rode my bike to school because I never really had a cool bike until, well, I never had a cool bike for a long time. I had hand-me-down bikes, and then to my dismay, Christmas morning, I woke up to this red Huffy 5-speed, and I feel really bad today, but yeah, I went back to bed crying because I was so disappointed in the bike that I got. Nevertheless, that bike got stolen, and I went without for a while until I got my first mountain bike. Anyway, why am I saying this? Well, don't be ashamed of the bike you ride. I've seen people that have the worst bike in the world that can really ride well, and you have people that have the nicest bike in the world that they don't really know how to ride, and that's okay too. I'm not saying that, you know, oh, you have a nice bike, you can't ride. Well, that's fine. Same with cars. You have people that have awesome cars that don't know how to drive, and vice versa. Yes, some has to do with the bike you ride, but a lot of it has to do with the athlete or the person riding it and their skill level. You used to be able to find some pretty sweet 26-inch mountain bikes for not very much money, like decked out, full suspension, XT, everything for like $300. Super light and a lot of fun. So you can find deals that, you could find deals before this pandemic on some sweet 26-inch bikes. So if you are on a budget and you don't care about wheel size as much, you just want to get on a nice light bike, look into the 26-inch bikes. But today we are going to take this old Habanero. This is my friend's Titanium. I think I mentioned it in the last video, but this is a old Habanero. Now this one's a little bit of an exception. It's a Titanium bike, so it's a little more special. I've actually never ridden a Titanium bike. I've never ridden this bike other than the parking lot. But it has a heavy bomber fork on there. We're gonna change this. We'll keep the Elixir brakes. They seem to work okay, so we'll keep the brakes for now. We're gonna change out the stem, handlebars, probably the grips. But we're gonna update this bike and see if we can kind of modernize it a little bit. Take it out to the trails and go for a ride. All right, so we need to see what this Habanero weighs. I mean, it's light, but it's not actually that light, I don't think. So we'll see. I'm gonna put on the scale here, see where we're at. Wow, 29.6. That is actually a lot heavier than I thought it was going to be for a Titanium 26er. We're going to shed some weight today and see what we can do. Maybe 2 or 3 pounds off of that. All right, up front, we are going to take out this heavy old Marzocchi bomber. This thing is heavy, has no adjustment, it's coil, and yeah, I bet this thing weighs a good amount. So we're gonna shed some weight there. We're gonna install it with this lightweight air fork. So this is a X-Fusion Enix 26er, 120 millimeters of travel. You have some compression adjustment, air, and you got some rebound. So it's light, and I think it'll be a good upgrade for this thing. We're gonna use the same cranks. We're just gonna remove these rings and just install a 30-tooth inexpensive chain ring. Get rid of the derailleur. Back here, we are going to remove this XT. This is a 9-speed cassette. This is probably really light. I'm gonna weigh it just to see. So we're gonna unfortunately add probably some weight, but we'll get some range with this Advent system. This is the 9-speed Advent that I've reviewed in some of the other videos. It'll be a good way to get some more range, not add too much more weight, hopefully. And then we'll get a clutch on here, since this is an old 9-speed XT and no clutch. Tires, I would probably replace the tires. They have some cracking here, but I can't get any 26-inch tires right now. They are basically sold out everywhere. Remove these bottle cages, a couple things. The seat looks, it's kind of squishy. It's probably heavy, but we'll leave the seat for now. All right, so this X-Fusion 26-inch air fork comes in at 3.95 pounds. Yeah, not bad. All right, so weight on the Marzocchi bomber. Actually not as heavy as I thought, but 4.7 pounds. All right, weigh-in time for the Habanero, 27.5. So yeah, just over 2 pounds we took off, so not bad. All right, there she is. Habanero Titanium should be done. We have the Advent 9-speed drivetrain in the back. So kept the 9-speed, but went to a wider range. So we got a 42 tooth. We did gain some weight there, probably 200 grams, unfortunately. The XT cassette that was on there was very light, but just didn't have the range. Converted to a 1-by just by removing some chain rings, throwing on a narrow wide ring. So yeah, 9-speed Advent. We have the Advent shifter and just did an inexpensive 740 millimeter bars, so a little bit wider bars, shorter stem. So that should change it up a little bit, and then install the X-Fusion Enix air fork. That's probably one of the biggest. Going to the 1-by, and then this fork is where the pounds were shed. We'll see how it rides. I'm kind of excited to ride it and see. Oh, tons of sand. Yeah. Whoa. It's a pretty big piece. Feels like a miniature bike. Just realized I didn't bring an extra tube. Hopefully these tubes are good. Something is creaking. I think it's the seat. I did not change the seat. Maybe I should have. The seat hopefully doesn't break. My friend is a lot lighter than me. Oh, the leaves are starting to fall already. Man. Whee! Climbs really well. What is creaking? All right, the dreaded stop. You don't want to stop on a hot day. In Southeast Texas, if you stop, whew, the sweat comes. Oh. All right, let's see if the squeaks are gone. The seat was loose. Yeah, I don't hear the squeaks. It's been so dry. This is usually covered in water. There's no water in it. We've had a pretty dry summer here in Houston, which I'm not necessarily complaining. It means we can ride more. How does it do over, over the roots? Not too bad. Yeah, the newer wheel sizes are better, but it's not like, oh, I can't go over it. You just go over it. Whee. Okay, here we go. What was that? Like a huge spider. I ran into like a huge spider web. Something's crawling on me. All right, I don't know if the spider's still on me. I don't want to get bit today. Oh, that was not good. Still feel like he's on me. Okay, let's see. Just gotta push. Oh, it's too steep. Oh. It's pretty washed out. Whoa. I do feel way over the front edge. Oh man. I feel more confident climbing, but going down, 27.5, 29 for the win. Oh, what's up, guys? Oh. All right, welcome back to Sweat Town, USA, also known as Spring, Texas, Timberlane area. We're back here at the Timberlane Trail, which I like to come sometimes. It's very overgrown. Next to my favorite car. I don't know what model it is. In the comments, if you know, it looks like it was a two-door. My guess is from the 70s, 60s, 70s. If you're a car guy, you know what car this is, let me know. I will be way impressed. You will get some major kudos. So anyway, we're here talking about older bikes today. Not as old as that, but kind of a previous generation of bikes. So I was just thinking while riding the Habanero. Been riding the Habanero for about 45 minutes, and it's been a lot of fun. Starting to reflect a little bit on, so I've been riding for probably about 26 years, 25, 26 years. And probably 21 of those years has been on a 26-inch bike. So yeah, so I have a lot of experience with 26-inch bikes, not as much experience with 29 and 27.5, but it's still fun. Like, it's so much fun. It's quick to turn. It feels lighter. Obviously this is a titanium bike, and not all 26ers are the same. And to be honest, some of your 26ers may just need to go away. No offense, but you may need to just put them out to pasture and let them go. You have a nicer 26er and you feel like ashamed, or you just don't know what to do with it because it's old. Well, I would say get it tuned up if you can, and replace parts if you can find them, and get out there and ride. Why not get back on your 26er and rediscover the love of mountain biking again? Yes, it matters what you ride, but at the same time, if you can have a bike that is reliable and you have fun out in the woods, it could be 20 years old, it could be a couple years old, you know, just go out there, have fun. Since this is the first titanium bike I've ridden, I can't really say, hey, this is so much better than aluminum, than steel, than carbon fiber. I know there's a lot of titanium people out there. They are sweet. They're very expensive. Like, if you get a new titanium today, they're very expensive. They're light, they're strong. I don't know, so far I like it. So yeah, the new bikes with the new geometry, they definitely I feel more confident downhill on them. I do prefer them, but you can still have a ton of fun on these old bikes. Thank you, Phil, for letting me modify your bike. I promise I'll have it back soon. Actually, you can come get it whenever no, I want to ride a little bit more. All right, guys, the sun is going down. It's super hot out here, and I'm pretty sure there's some things living in there that are staring at me, contemplating when to attack. I don't know, I saw a huge owl or something earlier. I already had a run-in with a spider. My last video, had a run-in with a snake. I don't want any more snake encounters today. And there's probably a bunch living in that old car, actually. All right, guys, well, that's gonna end today's video. Hopefully you liked it. If you did, hit that like button for me. It helps out the channel a lot. And consider subscribing. That would help us out a ton. Leave your comments or questions below. And hope you have fun out there riding your old 26ers. If you have a 26-inch bike, let me know about it below. I want to hear about it. You can send pictures through the website as well. And have fun out there, guys. Be safe. See you on the next video.